military parade tomorrow. If you're going to be tomorrow, we don't miss that. You come here if you like from 11 o'clock. Well, you have to come a little bit earlier. They start a military parade tomorrow. Today we're going to be together, so later on if you come here, it's going to be over the school parade. But tomorrow it's going to be the military parade. So it's a good suggestion if you like to watch that. It's very interesting. That's in the whole area in front of the Parliament building, which is the building on the left. And we have the embassies. We're housing of the buildings of what we call neoclassical style of the 19th century. But look, neoclassical style, it's a style for many buildings around the whole world, not only in Greece in the 19th. We build the buildings of neoclassical style. All around the world in the 19th, they were inspired, the architects, from the ancient Greek temples facade. And that's why we can see many buildings with columns. Hotel Grand Bretagne, some hotels in the city center. The Parliament building on the left hand side. Okay, we just said that you see the rope here. It's like for people to get here and watch the school parade. School, high school, junior high school, elementary, private, public schools. The students will march like that. We walk in front of the Parliament building, and that's why there is a rope. And the rope also is for tomorrow, the greatest parade, which is going to be the military parade tomorrow. Tomorrow it's, today we're going to be together anyway. You don't have time to come here. But tomorrow, if by any chance you're here, don't miss to come again in the area of the Parliament building and the square we call Syntagma. Now, the couple of beautiful buildings around of neoclassical style, the one with columns of the 19th, we're going to see one more museum. We have the policemen just keeping a little bit protect the area. Now, where is the coin museum? Numismatic museum. I told you we have 29 museums to visit in Athens. A very interesting building on the right, housing the coin museum. We have many shops here of designated brands of haute couture, like from France, from Italy, from Germany, from England, from US, like Ferragamo, Louis Vuitton, Lacoste, etc., etc. It's on the left, like the Attica department store, like Harrods in England, London, or Macy's in New York. This is the coin museum on the right. Now, regular shops today and tomorrow will be closed, but all the shops in the coin museum, look at the coin museum on the right, all the shops in the area of Plaka will be all open. Plaka is the old quarter of Athens. I will give you a suggestion later on how you can get to Plaka. On the right, you can see the Catholic Cathedral of Athens, Catholic, St. Denis Catholic Cathedral. And now on the right, after the traffic light, we're going to see the most beautiful building in Athens, the Academy of Sciences, Art, Culture, the Academy, Academia, where it was built between 1840 and 1880. Is the most beautiful building of neoclassical style in Athens, Academia, Academy. The two statues above the two columns is the first one, Apollo, the god of light and music, and the second statue is Athena, the goddess of wisdom, the goddess who gave her name to the city. And in front of the Academy, my group is like an ancient Greek temple complete. We can see two men. These two men are the most famous philosophers ever lived in Athens, 5th century BC. Socrates, my group Socrates, the older gentleman, Socrates, and Plato. Socrates, Plato. Two of the most famous philosophers of all time ever lived in Athens, the 5th and middle and end, and Apollo, the god of light and music, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, the goddess who gave her name to the city. Look how beautiful is the building. It's like we see an ancient Greek temple complete, with a roof, with the columns of Ionic order, with an inner cella. Between the roof and the columns for what we call the pediment, with the statues. And of course, Socrates, Plato. My group, Academia in Greek, Academy. It's what was the name? Where did we get the name Academia, Academy? From Plato's philosophical school. Plato's philosophical school was called Academia, Academy, and that's why in English and all European languages, we use the academic career, academy, academic career. You have the academy all around the world. The old university, second building, old university, ceremonies organized every now and then. And the third building on the left is the National Library. All the three buildings were built between 1840 and 1880, and two Danish architects worked here. The name were Hansen, and one from Germany, Ernest Tiller. Tiller, the very famous German architect, designed many buildings of the 90s of neoclassical style. My group, I think neoclassical, even if you're not, even from different country, in the 19th, we have all the buildings, public, etc., built with facades like the neoclassical style. Here, this extension of the metro, subway, my group, the subway in Greek, or the tube, we call it metro. That's why there is an M, a station, so it's extension of the metro of the in front of the red line. There is a red line and the blue line, the metro, subway. The blue line, I remind you, we have the two extreme points like the port of Piraeus, and the ending of the blue line is the airport. So it's a very interesting line, let's say the blue. And the right covers some more residential areas around Athens. My group, Athens, we present, as you can see, a very modern city. No skyscrapers. Have you seen any high buildings? Not really. And why is that? My group, because of the earthquakes in the 80s, we were not allowed to build more than 8 stories. You know what happened today? We don't have this rule, but it's already built. Build the city center. So meaning, what is a good point? That if you go to any hotel, any places, you go to the top floor, we can see always the Acropolis from the last floor. And at the same time, when we walk on the top of the Acropolis, we're going to see the whole city beneath, as it was the case of the ancient city. And of course, it's very interesting because we can see the Acropolis, the Parthenon, illuminated from all sides of the modern city. My group, on the way to Lycabettus, you remember, is the hill with the small chapel of St. George on the left. There is the exclusive area of Athens at the lower part called Kolonaki. This is also the haute couture and the high design clothes shops and everything, jewelry, etc. Jewelry shop, that's the area of Kolonaki on the left. You remember the building we're going to see in a few minutes on the left is the Parliament building. For safety reason, we're not allowed as a group to get off the bus and follow the change of guard. The change of guard is due every hour. So eventually, it's going to be the change of guard now because it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 24/7. Now, what is the name of here we are. My group, look, they're walking now. The 3 young men, we call the Evzones, the soldiers of the National Guard. It's going to go there, replace the other 2 who already had spent 1 hour in front of the Parliament building. And on the right is a square we call Syntagma, Parliament building. On the left, Syntagma, the central square of Athens on the right. And my group, these young men standing still for 1 hour. Every hour there's a guard. And my group, they do that fixed hour, 9, 10, 11, 24/7. So if you like to watch the change of guard later on, but as a group we cannot go get off the bus for safety reasons. But if you pedestrian, you can walk in front of the Parliament building and follow the change of guard, the hour, 9, 10, 11, 24/7. And now we're going to see changing. We cannot see the changing because we have to leave, but anyway, slowly we pass before. I repeat, if you like to follow the change of guard, you can do that 24/7. Night time, if you are not sleeping, and in midnight you come here and see the change of guard, they do that every hour, 9, 10, 11, 24/7, 365 days, every day, every hour, the fixed hour, 9, 10, 11. Okay, you see here in front of the Parliament building. Now it's with the thing here because they are going to welcome the President of the Republic is going to be tomorrow, and the Prime Minister. Today it's going to be the minister of some ministers of the Greek government. And what do the young men keeping protecting here in front of the Parliament building? The change of the tomb of the unknown soldier. Where is the tomb of the unknown soldier? If you look a little bit careful, you're going to see a relief with a man laying down with a shield and the helmet, the high relief. Can you see the man laying down with the shield? Shield and helmet in the middle part, huh? Beneath the building. Beneath the building. And this is the symbolic grave, the tomb of the unknown soldier. Symbolic, because no one is buried here. And the two young men, the athenas, keeping, protecting, giving honor to the tomb of the unknown soldier and protecting the parliament building. The parliament building, active, 300 deputies elected every 4 years. The square here on the right is called Syntagma. From Syntagma you can reach the area of Plaka. So if your hotel is in the area of Syntagma on the right or close to the area, you can walk in Plaka. My group, you remember, later on, as we're going to conclude our guided tour on the top of the Acropolis, you can go downhill the Acropolis to the area of Plaka. So my group, around 1 o'clock, we conclude 10 to 1 around that time. We conclude our guided tour in free time on the top of the Acropolis. First we visit the museum. Then we walk together from the museum to get on the top of the Acropolis. And at the end, you have a choice. Either you come back with me at the bus, do the transfer to the hotels. If you don't want to do that, you can stay longer on the top of the hill and you can go downhill the Acropolis to the area of Plaka. So we're going to see that later on, if you like to go back to the bus or to do the transfer to the hotels, or if you like to stay longer and you can walk in the area of Plaka by yourself. But anyway, we'll discuss about that later on, it's not at the point now. The terminal of Go Tours, where we meet the bus, the biggest part of the group, stay a couple of minutes for the welcoming all the other people. On the right we can see a beautiful church, the Byzantine church, renovated in the 19th, the Church of Holy Trinity, St. Trinity Church. After the traffic light on the right, I think you remember it was the place where the bus was standing there, in front. 19th, renovated the 19th, that's why it's still used. We have an active church. Orthodox, majority of Greek people, the Greek Orthodox, have all kind of churches, all kind of worshiping places in Athens, because they're not only Christian, not only Orthodox, because majority of people are Greek Orthodox, but still we have other dogma of Christianity, other religion, many different one, and we have all kind of worshiping places, cover all the need of all the people living in Athens, even from different religion, different nationalities. Look on the right, the Byzantine Church of Holy Trinity, St. Trinity Church, renovated though in the 19th, that's why it's still active. And after the traffic light right is the Anglican Church of St. Paul, St. Paul's Anglican Church of the 19th. You see here, where is the cypress tree on the right. My group, have you heard of St. Paul, Apostle Paul? Yeah, Paul, P-A-U-L? In Greek it's pronounced Pavlos, Paul. Probably in Spanish or some other language a little bit different. He was here in Athens when, in 51 AD. I'm going to show you the hill later on where St. Paul, Apostle Paul, preached the gospel, gave the first message of new religion, Christianism in Athens very early, the 1st century AD. My group, look the statue of the young man on his horse on the left. Alexander the Great. Look Alexander the Great. Look Alexandros. Alexander the Great. Modern statue. 100 years after the Parthenon was built, on the top of the Alexandros was a great man. He established a big empire, created a big empire. And you remember the columns we saw already on the other side? Was the columns of the Temple of Zeus. You remember we're on the Hotel Royal Olympic Athens Gate in the area. And that's a Temple of Zeus, completed in Roman time, as I mentioned. So, my group. Ladies and gentlemen, we can take our units with us. We're going to get off the bus. I'm going to have a small umbrella. You're going to hear my voice as we're walking from here, 6 minutes walking distance to get to the museum. We visit the museum together. We have a time slot for the tickets, so you have to enter the Acropolis before 12 o'clock because it's